This episode of Tekzilla is brought to you by the 2012 Ford Mustang. Time to get our AC Nation on. The Elite brand name, made famous by the legendary line of plasma televisions from Pioneer Electronics, has been resurrected in the form of an LCD television.
Yeah, who knew? Who knew that most of the Elite, or a lot of the Elite engineers that worked on that product line for for Pioneer, actually ended up going over to Sharp to work on, for the last couple of years, a new LCD television, basically the Elite LCD TV. It'll be available in two sizes, 60 and 70-inch screen sizes. Ooh. Actually, let me pull up the website really quick here.
It's funny, I was getting
Elite TV.
I was pulling out of Costco the other day in line, and somebody rolled by with a 70-inch flat panel on one of those big carts, which was the flat panel box is like twice the size of the flatbed cart you get in Costco. 70-inch HDTVs come in big boxes. I just want you to know that. So
giant.
1080p resolution, obviously. Active Glasses 3D, full array LED backlight system with local dimming.
Yep, that means they put basically a grid of LEDs behind the panel. One of the more expensive technology, but it's more expensive, and it's the only way you can really do effective local dimming, where you can dim just that spot of the screen when you have basically a dark picture being displayed, or dark detail, compared to, say, the brighter parts of the picture where you can then light up the LED brighter here. And
so we can expect super obscenely dark, amazing, somebody duct taped your eyeballs shut blacks off of this TV, at least in theory.
Pretty much. Hey, there we go.
Is that price correct?
That is the list price. It'll probably be about, I'd say, $500 less for, say, about $5,500 for the 60-inch, about $8,000 for the 70-inch. This is their super premium television, and it will be
super premium priced.
Super premium price, and if it truly does have the best black level ever, that would be pretty interesting. One neat thing, though, is that this TV was actually included in a recent HDTV shootout hosted by the good folks over at Value Electronics that included judges from the press, the blogosphere, and broadcast and film experts. And they actually awarded the 60-inch Elite Pro X5 FD, that's the 60-inch version of that Sharp TV, top honors. Now, if you look at this chart, though, you can see that what it won on, really, was its contrast ratio, and that is directly related to black level. You can actually see that right down here. It ended up scoring the best. When Pat mentioned the very dark black levels that this TV can produce, we're talking that it was so black it can produce a contrast ratio in the neighborhood of 15,000 to 1. That's real world contrast. That's not the exaggerated
but my television said, my HDTV said it had 542,000 to 1 contrast.
Yeah, no TV does that. Anyway, what came in second, though, with contrast performance actually was Panasonic's new VT30. That's their new top-of-the-line 3D panel. And its contrast was in about the 6,700 to 1 range. Bottom line is, though, according to these results and the people that looked at those sets, is that our eyes apparently love very contrasted pictures above all else, including really color accuracy.
It's funny, the human eyeball basically evolved to see movement in the dark. Yeah. Jaguars coming to eat your face.
Black and white imagery.
So we have the part of your eye that detects, that basically registers contrast. There's about 42,000 million times as many of those cells in the back of your eyeball than there are the color sensing ones.
Totally.
Someday I'll remember which one rods and cones are.
Cones do color.
Cones do color.
Rods do the black and white, the high detail that we see.
Your eye, basically, and if you put two televisions side by side and one has better contrast than the other, invariably people will pick the television with better contrast.
Every time. I have seen TVs that are out of whack as far as color quality goes, but if it can produce exceptionally dark blacks, even in a brightly lit room, everyone's eyes are drawn to it, even if it's a little off in terms of color. And that's the other thing I want to point out about this Sharp. One of the weak points that they pointed out was that it scored the worst in terms of color accuracy. And another interesting tidbit taken from the shootout was that two of the well-respected pro calibrators that were in this group, that looking at the selection of TVs, actually felt that Samsung's D8000 Plasma, not the Elite, was the overall winner. Even edging out Panasonic's VT30 that apparently had some color issues. They were more, you could tell that the calibrators were more focused on the color in that case. And even in my own experience, like, I can say that Samsung's latest, without a doubt, is producing some of the most accurate color you can get with its available tools. And of course, I put in a request for this TV. I want to see the new Elite. I've also, even though I doubt they're going to send it, Sharp does currently list an 80-inch behemoth on their website. That's also brand new, 120 hertz set, that I think a lot of people would be interested in. And I don't think they're going to ship that 80-inch screen to me, but I'm hoping to maybe get one of the 60-inch Elites.
Got a question from John who writes in, I hate wearing 3D glasses in front of my prescription glasses. Do any 3D TVs have prescription 3D glasses as an option? As a matter of fact, almost every major HDTV manufacturer and quite a few designer frame makers have announced that prescription 3D specs are coming soon. Notice the air quotes coming soon. Well, I mean, if you want to, you can buy like Oakley you can buy passive glasses from Oakley and get custom ones for that.
There's some passive ones.
The passive ones are pretty easy.
Those are the freebie ones like you'd get in the theater. Passive, nice and lightweight.
Wow, that makes me look even stranger than I usually do. No, Roger's whispering in my ear, "You look normal." It's like I don't feel normal in these glasses. Perhaps it's the coating. You found some glasses. You know, there was a big announcement from Samsung that Samsung was going to have prescription glasses available on order. You could basically give them basic prescription, not really extreme prescriptions, but more average prescriptions. Are those LG or Samsung?
These are Samsung's glasses, and they do claim that a pair of theirs will be available for. It's kind of uncertain. Samsung currently doesn't say that, we currently have no plans for the prescription glasses. The original plan was to have some glasses available with certain common prescriptions already embedded in them. The problem, really, is that you're dealing with liquid crystal shutters.
I feel like Paul Schaefer.
Like styling.
I feel like I'm on Letterman.
You have a pair of white frame sunglasses, too, the gas cans?
I do.
Yeah. But the problem really is when you're talking the difference between the glasses that are using liquid crystal shutters versus the passive glasses like are used with LG and Vizio. The liquid crystal shutter glasses are a lot harder to put a lens in front of.
Right.
Now, some options are you can't really manipulate a liquid crystal shutter lens as easily as you can, say, a passive lens.
Because I mean, this is effectively, for all intents and purposes, the LCD glass is the glass in the LCD glass is flat.
Exactly. And unless you can put a layer to bond a layer of, say, the prescription to it, I don't really see an easy way to manipulate that. But for the passive glasses side of things, LG does offer a pair of clip-on 3D glasses for about $12, affordable. And these should work if your 3D HD TV features a film-type pattern retarder to split the picture into left and right views. The passive technology, if your TV uses passive or you like going to the theater, this would work for you, even though it's a little cheesy, but at least it's something you can clip on to your current frames and go for it. And like we mentioned, Samsung does offer a new pair of 3D glasses that are supposedly prescription ready, but they had no further information, and we couldn't find anyone offering the frames with custom or even preset common prescriptions. Now, John, the prescription options appear fairly limited in the passive 3D glasses scene, and they're effectively non-existent for your active glasses.
There have been press releases, though.
Yes. And while most passive 3D glasses don't provide much in the way of customizing the fit when being worn over your prescription glasses, they kind of just are. They are very lightweight, so they tend to stay out of the way a little more, and the lenses tend to be a little bit bigger. But for your active glasses, if you are using these on a regular basis, do take advantage of the fit features to make them more comfortable for you. There are various nose pieces that you can try to basically make them fit in front of your glasses a little easier.
Well, it's funny because like it's also as we get on to, and it's kind of funny because I still have no interest in having 3D in my house in terms of television.
Wait till you get gamers coming over.
The
like here, this one, I picked up a pair of 3D glasses for my TV at home, and it came with at least 5 different nose pieces. So it's a matter of just trying to get it customized to fit your face, to stay in front of your glasses.
Right.
At least until we have something in the active space where you can actually do a custom prescription.
Right.
Because I understand it is kind of annoying to have 2 pairs of glasses on, to be 8 eyes or
well,
worse.
at least the glass. I mean, at least the active glasses are getting lighter because for a while there they were there's our little custom nose bridge. They were profoundly heavy.
And Samsung's new design actually places a lot of weight behind the ear too, so they actually feel lighter on the bridge of your nose, which is nice. But it's a trick, and honestly, this is one area where I really feel that the passive glasses technology has an advantage because by nature, the glasses are just lighter in weight, and usually the lenses are bigger. So if you have to shove another pair of frames in front of your face, it's just easier to do.
This is just, it's
yes. See, this is annoying. And also, with Samsung glasses in particular, they include a little shade over the top, too, that acts like a pair of, like a hood, like if you're wearing a hat.
There's your hood.
Be sure to use these because that will improve. You need all the light you can get when you're watching 3D, and this helps block out some of the room light.
Have you thought about moving to contacts?
You know,
just to watch.
That's the one thing I truly wish I wore once in a while.
I know you don't like poking your eyeball. Ergo,
I'm
you
tempted
don't wear
to try
contacts.
it out. At least have some that I could use on a semi-regular basis because there are other things
When the gamers come over.
For the gamers, and I don't mind putting glasses in front of my 3D glasses actually sit pretty well in front of my glasses, and I can change the nose pieces out, and I'm sitting in a dark room, so it works okay. But I wouldn't mind contacts just for when I'm like diving or swimming in the water or things like that, and I have goggles on or a mask on my face.
You can get prescription swim masks.
I can buy prescription everything, but I'm trying to avoid it.
AC Nation, do you know of a source of prescription 3D glasses? If you do, because there's a whole lot of you and just 2 of us, let us know. Email 3 of us, actually. Twitter, 4 of us. 5 if we count Serafine and Roger. Twitter, forums, YouTube, Facebook, just let us know. Tekzilla@revision3.com is a great way to get a hold of us. We want to welcome back Ford again as a sponsor today. We've been having a ball driving around the 2012 Mustang all over San Francisco and the Bay Area. It certainly turns a head or 2 each time we're on the road. One of the main technologies built into the Mustang is incredibly useful. It's called Sync. Sync is all about hands-free calling, voice-activated music, turn-by-turn directions, traffic alerts, and quite a bit more. Sync allows you to do all this and more while keeping your hands on the wheels and your eyes on the road where they belong, dodging all the incredibly bad drivers in Northern California. Look, we are really excited to be driving this Mustang around for the next couple months, and we look forward to telling you more about all the cool features in the 2012 Ford Mustang like Sync. Thanks again to Ford and the 2012 Mustang for sponsoring Tekzilla.